Tell them boys to tighten up. Tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up. Tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here for the top 10 QB prospects in 2022. For the 2022 draft, that is. So, breaking this all down, there's a lot of guys that I'm very interested in. I've went back and watched the tape. I reviewed it on a bunch of different guys. I watched the Senior Bowl tape on a couple of guys. I watched their actual game tape on a couple of guys. There's a couple of guys that interest me, and a couple of guys that don't have key points written down, but I'm going to get into. First off, there's so many guys that I actually really wanted to mention here that I actually had to make an honorable mentions page. So normally I do 10. Every year for each position, I'll do 10. These three actually really interested me. I like Zerrick Cooper and Eric Barrier out of both Jackson State and Eastern Washington. But I do believe that maybe both of the top guys might be position changes. And Anthony Brown, I think, has some extreme talent that we haven't seen probably since Cam Newton is just untapped. So I think he might be a late round guy, maybe like 5th, 6th, maybe 7th even, maybe undrafted. But I feel like he might have something. But I think Zerrick and Eric's athleticism is off the charts. Now we're going to get into our first guy, Akil Glass. Now Glass, I actually really like size-wise. He's 6'5", 215. He's from Alabama State. No, he's from Alabama A&M. My apologies. And watching the tape, I think he showed that he has some charisma about him, some very leadership mentality. So he might have a hard adjustment to the league. Playing in smaller conferences like that, smaller competition, you really won't know. But he does have a great deep ball, a great floater pass, as I wrote down right there. I don't think that he might not get drafted at all. Maybe if he does, like I said before, for the last guy, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. But also, I could also see somebody taking Glass in like the 4th or the 5th and trying to build something for him, trying to develop him. Now, Kansas City has an issue with a insurance policy. So personally, I like every team to have an insurance policy. They don't have that for Patrick Mahomes. They have it in Chad Henne, but you need to be able to have that insurance policy for a while. Is Akil Glass that guy? Like, to be the starter in any team, really, in the NFL? We don't know. He might be, but he might not be. Patrick Mahomes, dead set, is one of the best QBs in the league. That team wants to win. You give him Akil Glass as the backup, let him learn from Mahomes, and have, worst case scenario, you have eventually a QB battle between Glass and Mahomes, or you just let Akil be his backup. Because the talent's limited there. Second one I like is Jack Coan, and this is one I actually think is really smart for this squad. This is probably the one I would most likely like to see. So he's 6'3", 224, which is really good for a QB. He's tight end reliant, which I saw a lot at Notre Dame, but to be fair, a lot of Notre Dame quarterbacks are like that because of the tight ends that come out of there. He has a great deep ball, though. A fantastic deep ball, even. And he looks to lead wide receivers into some shots. Like, I don't know if it was the highlight tapes I was watching, but it seems like he forward throws a lot, which leads receivers to get into some really nasty hits over the middle. So, I don't know if that's a problem he might be able to fix a little bit. But I think a good fit for Jack Coan is Atlanta. Atlanta's looking for the replacement eventually for Matt Ryan. You draft Jack Coan in like the 4th or the 5th. You run Matt Ryan for the next couple of years. Let him sit under Matt. You'll have Kyle Pitts in his prime. You have some excellent receivers in Russell Gage. Hopefully, they figure some stuff out with, I'm blanking on his name, but the guy that left midway through the season with some mental issues problems. I hope they figure out stuff with him. I hope he gets back. And Atlanta could use the early draft pieces to get defense, which is what they need. Defense, and keep Cordell Patterson, get a really strong passing attack, and Jack Coan could really flourish. Plus, they have Hayden Hurst also in Atlanta, I believe. So that would, having 2 tight ends with a guy that likes to go to his tight ends a lot, you see where the good things can happen. So, next one I like is Bailey Zappe. Now, I like Bailey Zappe. He has a good running option. He shined at the Senior Bowl and has a good arm as well. Now, there's something about Zappe that I want everybody to really think about. When I describe those traits, is a throw-first quarterback, has a running option, and can use his arm, and has a great arm, who do you think of? You think of Tennessee's quarterback already, which is Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill is getting up there in age. Despite a lot of people's feelings, I don't think he should lose the starting job this year. But I think you draft Bailey Zappe, because Bailey Zappe knows exactly what to do in that type of system. Bailey Zappe is much more progressive with the football, and I feel like he has more development to show. Zappe could be a really good quarterback in the NFL. A very good quarterback even. Given the right system, and I think he would shine in the system in Tennessee. I think we could even spend like a 4th round pick on him. That's how high I am. Maybe a 3rd even. Because I feel like if Tennessee gets him, we have a bright future ahead of us. So now, Sam Howell. A lot of people fell down on Sam Howell's. Sam Howell fell down on a lot of people's list, including mine. He has a good arm on the run. He's 6'1", 221, which is really good size too. My biggest issue with him is he lost production when he lost weapons. So you're going to need to give this guy weapons if he's going to be successful. He's not going to be the lead the team full of scrubs guy. No, it's not happening with Sam Howell. We saw that last year. He's great on play action. Tremendous on play action. I think his best fit's in New York. You draft him, you get him to compete with Zach Wilson, who did not play well his first year. You also pay him Sam Howell, start building some chemistry with the guys like Michael Carter, who played at North Carolina, with Sam Howell. You pay him Sam Howell with Corey Davis. You pair him with C.J. Henderson. You also pair him with a very young and very explosive Elijah Moore. I think you're building something. Also, I believe they have Jamison Crowder as well. You're building something in New York offensively. You can have them two compete and see who wins out the job. Now, next guy, Desmond Ridder. This guy's very polarizing on a lot of people's list. Personally, I don't think that he is that top 5 quarterback prospect that a lot of people do. But I can see where they do. He is a great leader on the field. Nobody's questioning that. But the struggles against Alabama showed that it was either, to be fair, Desmond Ridder was the one that kept Cincinnati in that game for a majority of the first half. He has smart reads, and he can take a beating. But I like the idea of him going to Miami. Miami's got a new coaching staff. They want to succeed with Tua, but they also want a backup plan. They don't want to inherit a quarterback that causes them to lose their jobs. So, you draft Desmond Ridder. You have him compete with Tua. Whoever wins out in camp is the starter. I don't see it as that big of an issue. Tua hasn't done anything to fully control the role. And I don't see an issue with getting Desmond Ridder. So this one, there we go. Carson's strong. He has a strong arm, in quotations, because strong. He's good against the blitz and has a very quick and good release. Very similar to what you would see from an Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to get you any running ability. I think you pair this guy with a good running back and a good offensive line. If you saw my best free agents video, this is kind of where I'm building here. I think Carson Strong should go to the Washington Commanders. In the top free agents video that I released, I'm gonna put that up there, guys, for y'all to check that out. For Washington, I chose them to go with 2 offensive linemen with the free agency because I feel like they need to take control of the NFC East. If they're going to take control of it, it would be now. So, with a strong arm, a good quarterback against the blitz, which you're going to see a lot of in that division, and you need a quick release. I think Carson Strong is a good quarterback to go to Washington. Pair him with the receivers they have down there, Antonio Gibson at running back, Denami Brown at receiver, Scary Terry, even Logan Thomas. I feel like Carson Strong would be a very scary quarterback you paired in that Washington team, especially with that defense, which underperformed, but overall I think could be a very scary defense. Number 4, this is where a lot of people are going to get shocked. I have Brock Purdy. Personally, I think he is the greatest talent out of anybody in the class. Right now, he is the most NFL-ready quarterback. Period. He is good on the run. He has a great ball on the run. Is better in a run game, though. I'm going to announce that he's better in a run game. Would be good off play action, but excels in the RPO system. So, a lot of people say that the reason Pittsburgh was running so much RPO system was because Big Ben really couldn't drop back and throw, which is true. He couldn't drop back and throw the last couple of weeks of the regular season. But why change it? They made the playoffs. Brock Purdy can bomb the ball deep, but he doesn't need to. Pittsburgh doesn't need to run that offense. They have a bruising back in Najee Harris. They have possession wide receivers. They don't have really any burners. They have a guy in Pat Freiermuth who could be a very great possession tight end. I could see why Brock Purdy would be a very good fit for Pittsburgh. I hope you guys do too, and understand why he's at 4 for me. Matt Corral has some very scary injury concerns when he was hurt in the final game in the bowl game. Now, he's shown toughness all over the field, and also has good accuracy all over the field too. That's why I'm subbing him to the Denver Broncos, because Matt Corral paid with Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and Javonte Williams, and Albert O, and even Noah Fant. This team could very much excel. And overall, Matt Corral may be the best quarterback in this class, but with those injury concerns, you have a lot to worry about. Malik Willis is raising on a lot of people's boards because of how he performed at the Senior Bowl, and I understand that. But you've also got to understand the way that he performed all season. So, Malik Willis, a lot of people have claimed the term unsackable, and I believe that. He's sackable. Everybody's sackable. But he has shown over and over again the ability to get away from sacks. It's very similar to a Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson situation. But he's way more shiftier than either of those guys, and it's very scary. And to be 6'1", 220, he's an enormous athlete. Plus, he has some problems against strong defenses. But I'm starting to think that might be because of lack of talent with Liberty more than problems on his part. Because he's a quick reader of NFL defenses too, and even NFL defenses, which we saw at the Senior Bowl. So, I think his best fit is the Carolina Panthers. You pair him with Christian McCaffrey, you try to get a very explosive run-pass option game. Not more of the typical run-pass option, but you can run the ball, you can throw the ball. I think it'd be very scary to go up against that team with Malik Willis if performing correctly. Number 1 is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is probably the best quarterback on tape that I've seen in some time. Like, a lot of people aren't high on this quarterback class. I don't see why. You have a guy in Malik Willis who's a generational talent. You have Brock Purdy, who's probably the most talented arm quarterback I've seen in some time. But this guy is probably the best quarterback prospect. I like him better than Trevor Lawrence. He's good on the run. He has small hands, to be fair. He has small hands. But it didn't bother him at Pittsburgh. It didn't bother him through high school. Kenny Pickett is an interesting one because I feel like the hands could be an issue that they play in at the draft because he does have very small hands. But best on the run, surprising arm talent, and understands defense's best fit Detroit Lions. Anyway, guys, that's going to be me going through all of my top 10 prospects. If you guys have any comments on any of my top 10 and would like to recommend the position for me to do next of the top 10 prospects, I will be answering questions in the comments. I really hope y'all comment. This has been your boy Cass, and I am out. Bye, guys.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need